There's things our parents said to us growing up they probably think we forgot. But as kids we soak in those words you said when you were cross. You see, I forgive, I don't forget. I live, I don't regret. And they might call me soft for writing this, you see, but I just got one question and maybe then I'll be free. Daddy, are you proud of me? Juice in my cup, holding back tears in my eyes. I heard your mum arguing again non-stop through the night. I know it was about money, we've never really had a dime. And I'm too young to work, so I'm considering crime. I figured if I can provide for me, then you won't have to. I used to take your money when it was laying on the dresser, maybe this is my fault too. I don't know. Maybe I can buy myself my own school uniform, even give back to you. And if I'm honest, I don't want to live that life, but I don't know. Maybe if you and mum have money, then you'll stick around this time. Maybe you'll be here on my birthday. Maybe mum won't cry. So I'm looking in the mirror like this ain't drug money. This is dad couldn't do it. I still had to feed my mum money. So I feed me now so you and mum can breathe. Daddy, are you proud of me? See, sending money and spending time are not the same thing. Because mum played dad while you were looking after other women's kids. And you could skip the once a year calls on my birthday. I'd rather know if you meant to have me in the first place. See, mum's always out working to provide. And sometimes she goes over the top with how she disciplines, but then I sit and think she has to play the man and woman without the help of a guy. See, sometimes I wish you were here. But it's better that you're not if I'm real with it. Because you claim you love me. But I saw you constantly make my mum upset. Then one day disappear and you left me to deal with it. And you want to know why I'm an idiot? Because I'm with someone now. And they're just like you. Shouting abuse and with that same tongue ask me what's wrong an hour later. Just like you. Doesn't understand that respect and fear are not the same thing. Just like you. And when my friends are telling me that I need to up and leave, and I bring it to convo, I start to sit and think. I don't think letting go is being free, because this must be love. I mean, I learned it from you. And as stupid as it sounds, I still want you to be proud you had me. So I got one question and maybe then I'll be free. Daddy, are you proud of me? I never knew you growing up. Mum never really mentioned you. And it's not that I hate you, but if I had to choose the father of the year between you and mum, then I'd choose everyone but you. You told me be everything I can be when I finally met you. I used to sit and think I want to be a father, but not like you. Grow up to be a man, but not like you. You know how many men would have killed to have a wife like yours, but not a dad like you? So now I'm the man of the house. And if anyone says I resemble my father in the slightest, I tell them that I'm everything that's not you. I'm nothing like you. So I don't have one more question, I'm already free. I couldn't give a damn if you're proud of me. Whiskey in my cup, holding back tears in my eyes. I watched you and learned how to keep all the emotions inside. You know, smile around guests but have no emotions when you're with your family, some call it pride. People that meet me usually ask how I keep happy all the time. I'm the one that makes all my friends smile, I'm the one they come to for advice. I never tell you what's wrong, I just respond with, I'm cool. Not because you're a bad guy, Dad. I just don't want to disappoint you. Because when you say you can tell me anything, I know in my head I can't. Because I've seen how you respond to smaller things and I don't want to take the chance. See, I got 100 questions that I wish I could ask. But I just keep myself to myself as the memories pass. Headphones in, shut out from the world. I wish I could have hired you when I was a kid. So I could have spent more time with you and did the things that fathers and sons did. I always looked up to you, but you were always out of reach. I saw you as a hero, but you know, some heroes are unseen. You taught me to be hard, and you taught me to believe. I'm the man now, Dad, people listen when I speak. But that's not enough though, is it? Because I see you every day and I still don't know you. See, I studied hard and eventually worked, even helped out a little bit in your church. Respect and fear are not the same thing. Well, at least I learnt that for free. So I just got one more question. Daddy, are you proud of me? Whiskey in my cup, holding back tears in my eyes. Everyone's complaining about their dad, I just wish mine was alive. I never had a lot of memories, but I cherish what I remember. Your sister always tells me stories about you. I know that she won't forget, yo. See, all these relatives say I look just like you. And sometimes I need guidance, so I ask myself what you would do. And if I'm honest, I didn't get to know you how I should have known you, and that's what's really getting to me. But I've done a lot since, Dad. Mum says you'd be proud. But we still in the same flat. One day we'll be out. And I'm not little no more. If only you could see. Sitting by your grave, no one else but you and me. And I want to ask you one question and maybe then I'll be free. Daddy, are you proud of me?
First time I ever dated a talk, it was in front of 250 teenagers. Split the room. I didn't do this, they chose to do this, so split the room, guys and girls. And I'll tell you the same thing I told them. I don't know your dad. I don't know what your dads are like. Maybe your dad left when you were really young. Maybe your dad stayed, but he was drunk. And every day you were afraid of what was going to happen. Maybe your dad was abusive. Physically, sexually, emotionally. Maybe your dad worked so much that he was just never paid. Maybe your dad passed away. See, that's what I like about this video, is that it covers so many bases. And some of you may be sitting there going, David, my dad is the greatest. You have no idea, I'm a total daddy's girl, but you need to understand something. Is that your dad is still fallen. And that I know for each one of you that's hit you in some way. And you see, the reason why I show this video for the Relentless Father talk when I'm talking about God is because our earthly fathers define fatherhood. Our earthly fathers define what that relationship looks like for us. And if they define what fatherhood is, then they affect the way that we view God the Father. See, my dad, to this day, I will tell you my dad to this day. The man was amazing. But whenever I was younger, he worked so much that he was never there. He would be gone for a month at a time. And I just got used to the fact that I'd come home from school and my dad wouldn't be there. And when he was there for maybe a week or two before leaving again. And you see, I never realized until I started reflecting on God the Father and my relationship with God the Father, how that affected me. Because whenever I was a freshman in high school, I had just had my first week retreat. It's on fire for the faith. And I walked up to one of my friends, my best friend at the time, and she looks me in the eyes and goes, David, do you really believe in God? And you see, for me, God was that warm little fuzzy feeling I got inside. So I was like, let me go find another place. Only to find out that that feeling wasn't there. So I said no. Because God had left me. And it was so easy for me to come to that conclusion because to me, fathers left and then came back and then left again. And the moments that mattered most, if they weren't there, then it became easy for me to assume that God had left because my father left every other week. Like I said, my dad is a saint. The man was incredible because, you see, on January 15, 2015, I got a phone call from my mom. I was up in Ohio at school, and she gives me a phone call and says, David, there's been a helicopter crash. We don't know if it's your dad. was in the same flight path as your dad was going, pray. And I'll tell you, I've never prayed so hard in my life. I have never begged so hard in my life. And I can still picture that moment when my mom called me back. My dad passed away. Dropped the hat like that. And so once my dad left, at first I was good because I was like, by about on the edge of his life, he began really exemplifying God the Father for me. But I came across a problem. And that over time, I realized that I didn't know what fatherhood was. Because he was no longer there to teach. And for some of you, this may be, for some of you, you may be like, David, I completely get what you're saying. Some of you may be sitting there going, David, like you said at the beginning, my dad's already a saint. The dude's amazing. He's never come home. But take this to prayer. Because I know people who can't get past the second word of the Our Father because of the ways that their father has hurt them. I watched that video, and I know people who have been affected in every single one of those ways. And I've seen how it reflects on their perspective of God the Father. Maybe your dad just has very high standards. And so whenever you go to prayer, you don't feel like you're ever doing it right. Or no prayer you need is enough. Maybe your dad has just sat back and let you go throughout your entire life. Let you make your own mistakes. And so if you sit down to prayer, you can't fathom a God who would put restrictions on you. You see, if we are to understand what fatherhood means, we have to figure out where in history there has been an example of fatherhood. And believe it or not, each one of you in this room, and whenever I gave this talk the first time, it was a lot easier because half of the room was guys. Each one of you resembles your father, whether you like it or not. Men, this is exceptionally true of, but women, it's the same for you. Because one of my favorite sayings right now is that you are the 5 people you spend the most time with. And I guarantee you that up until you left for college, the top 2 were your parents. And so maybe if your father throws a sarcastic remark in every now and then to undercut you, you find yourself doing that to your friends. Maybe in the ways that your father has tormented you throughout your life is how you find yourself acting at times despite the fact you don't want to. Or maybe you find yourself saying, David, my dad was never there. How can I resemble him? Exactly. How can you understand what manhood is, what fatherhood is, what genuine love from a man looks like if your father wasn't there? And so we have to go back. We have to find some definition, some example. And I know each one of you in this room knows exactly where I'm going. First class. Okay. Jesus. You guys are like, how are we going to pull this one off? You see, in Matthew 11, verse 27, Jesus says that no one can know the Father except through the Son. And in your case, no one can know the Father except through the Father. You see, you resemble your Father. If I sat down and I spent some time with you, I bet you that I could throw out some personality traits that you might be like, oh yeah, my dad does do that. So we go and we look at the Son because the Son resembles the Father. He resembles someone with a shoulder to your prime. Someone to help you when you're beaten down, when you don't know where to go. A role model in the best of times and a protector in the worst. See, Jesus was all of these things. When Lazarus died, the first thing that he did is he went to Lazarus' sisters and wept with them. He called out Peter when he was being dumb. Every time he was being dumb, have to lie. One of my favorite things about reading the Gospels is trying to find how many times in each one Jesus calls the apostles dumb. You see, fatherhood is calling you out whenever you do something wrong. Fatherhood is protecting you from things that you can't protect yourself from. See, a father, and I think that a lot of times we get too much of that. I think a lot of times fathers focus in on, I have to be the bad guy. I have to be the firm one. And they forget that a father is also loving. And ladies, I am going to stand up here as a man to each one of you and say that if your father was not loving to you, I am sorry. I am sorry on behalf of every man that's hurt you. Every father figure that has failed you. I am sorry. Because you deserve better. Because you see, in the first letter of John, he literally says, God is love. But Jesus, on the other hand, says, take up your cross and follow me. It is possible to love and be firm. It is possible for love to be difficult, because it is. There is no easy way through love. A father lays down his life for his children. And I'll tell you, there's only a single word in the entirety of the English language that I think encompasses what fatherhood is, and it is relentless. Because fatherhood relentlessly pursues you. It does not sit back and say, hey, come to me. It chases after you. When you shut it out, it doesn't stop. When you decide that you don't want it, it still relentlessly goes after you. Relentlessly tries to teach you what it means to love. In Armenia, in 1988, there was an earthquake. Approximately 25,000 people were killed in this earthquake. In Armenia, 1988, there was a father. Every day he would take his son to school, and as his son was getting out of the car, something with Armand, he would say, Armand, I will always be there for you, no matter what. The earthquake hits and the father's downtown. Immediately, after the earthquake has passed, he gets in his car and goes down to the school to find it rubble. He doesn't break a beat. He jumps out of his car and runs over to the rubble and begins picking up pieces of rubble and moving it. Looking at the people around saying, help me, please. And at first people helped. But after an hour, he's doing it by himself. After about an hour and a half, people are beginning to mock him, saying, there's no one there, your son is dead. Just go home. This father went throughout the night, 6, 7, 8 hours of moving rubble by himself. And as dawn begins to break, he hears a voice. He shouts, Armand, is that you? And Armand responds, yes, Dad, it's me. The father moves the last pieces of rubble to find not only Armand, but his entire class buried. And after Armand gets up and gives the father a hug, Armand turns to his class and says, you see, I told you my dad would always be there for me. I told you he was coming. That's the level of relentlessness. When all else fails, when everyone turns against you, he's still pulling away that rubble to get you to say, come to me. Not the image that your broken earthly father has given you of who I am, but who I actually am. A father who loves perfectly. A father who's not afraid to tell you you're being dumb. A father who will never leave you. A father who, in everything they do, that it's what's best for you. The Father, who is relentlessly pursuing you. In the name of the Father and the Son and the Spirit. God, open our hearts to